he is at a major, major disadvantage right now. But we've seen him pull it off once. And so right now, the upside is that you are not threatened by one-hit knockouts from the opposing side, and you are pressuring your own knockout onto the opposing group on it. Flutter Mane Shadow Ball, however, of course, will do considerable damage. And so you could consider just going for something like a Sucker Punch on a Shadow Ball, or Rage Powder on a Shadow Ball, for example. For Gio's end, you're looking to just get that Koraidon low enough, and I think Shadow Ball plus Sucker Punch puts it in KO range from another subsequent Shadow Ball.
Feels like James is almost forced to have to go for a Protect here onto the Koraidon. Make sure you aren't going to be taking too much damage from those boosted Shadow Balls. But we do see the Terrestrialization committed, and so it's going to be that Koraidon that does get rid of its Dragon typing, now becomes a full Fire type, and maybe that means we're going to see something like a Flame Charge or Flare Blitz. Really make sure that you're getting as much out of these Fire returns as possible. But Incineroar is going to be on the receiving end of an attack, as the Collision Course now will finish off this Brute Bonnet once and for all. It's been such a menace so far in these games, but that critical hit, that's got to sting.
Yeah, securing the knockout there onto Brute Bonnet. I mean, Brute Bonnet is actually very, very physically defensive on the opposing team, and so I think there's actually maybe a chance it could survive that without the critical hit. But you could see, Rose, you were saying, hey, Koraidon, protect. That makes a lot of sense. That's what James kept doing in that last game. Protect, make a safe switch. James is like, look, I've done that enough. I'm going to punch back with offense, and I think gets a really great turn. If you ate up a Sucker Punch and a Shadow Ball there, I think that could have been really, really scary. But I do wonder if Collision Course was guaranteed the one-hit knockout on a Brute Bonnet there. But for now, we're going to have to advance the game. Gio is going to get a free switch in, and it's going to be into Chi-Yu.
Okay, so the Chi-Yu comes back out, and that's going to give a nice special defense drop to both this Koraidon as well as this Incineroar, which is going to make sure that this Flutter Mane can actually punch through a little bit more damage. Notably, we've only seen the Moonblast. It still has a Stellar Terra Power boosted Shadow Ball that it has access to throw that Koraidon's way.
Yeah, this is so scary, right? Like, do you double up onto the Koraidon? Does Koraidon go for kind of the obvious Protect? If so, an Incineroar faints, the next turn Koraidon is just vulnerable to eating up, double up, right? And so Chi-Yu and Flutter Mane now positioned so well. You've got the speed advantage, especially because it wasn't a Flame Charge the previous turn. And so Gio has so much offense on his side. And the Incineroar, crucially, did not take over 50% last turn, but now the Beads of Ruin are active.
So that would be just one more Moonblast to knock out this Incineroar, and it still has a chance of waking up, but it's notably still asleep. Koraidon now will go ahead and go for the Protect, and as we see the Flutter Mane go for the Shadow Ball into that slot, James is hoping this is going to be enough of a saving grace to actually let this Incineroar wake up, but the Heat Wave from this Chi-Yu will be able to connect onto both targets. Incineroar does take a pretty sizable amount of chip.
Oh, it doesn't wake up!
Incineroar stays asleep!
It stays asleep, but it is the Heat Wave lock. So now my question is, this Koraidon is bulky. Can it survive a Heat Wave and a Shadow Ball? If the answer is no, the game is done this turn. If so, you keep yourself in it, and you're able to retaliate back with either damage on a Flutter Mane or a knockout onto the Chi-Yu. But what makes this so tricky, Rose, is the fact that the Flutter Mane is still so healthy. There was no Sucker Punch earlier from the Brute Bonnet to break that sash, and Flutter Mane right now feels like it's running away with the game.
Shadow Ball first from this Flutter Mane is going to go right in that Koraidon that protected on that last turn. This is a huge source
I don't think it's going to take it!
And the Chi-Yu goes for the Heat Wave to try to finish it off. A double KO! And Gio is one Pokemon away from becoming the world champion. Someone who has hunted for a major Pokemon title win in so many events previously, dating back to his time in the seniors division alongside James. And this could be the day he cements himself in Pokemon history.
This is his moment, and oh my goodness, he's staring down a full HP Flutter Mane and a Chi-Yu. Calyrex can get one Astral Barrage up, but it's not knocking out Chi-Yu.
And as it goes for the victory lap, this Flutter Mane brings this Calyrex down to its focus sash, and it's going to be the Chi-Yu looking at this final HP to deliver the finishing blow, and just like that, Giovanni Cischke is your 2025 Pokemon World Champion!
In an arena with over 5,000 live fans watching, unprecedented in Pokemon video game history. An arena that's crowned Olympic champions before. Gio now can call himself world champion, his very first tournament win, and what better way to do it than to win the world championships?